Hi, friends. A warm greeting from my side and lots of love to you before I begin. How many of you here have heard of the eagle story? Could I get a response on the chat box from all of you? And I'd love to know how many of you are present here. I would rather wait 30 seconds and get to have an idea. How many of you have heard it?
Not many.
Not many. Sure. Thanks so much. For the benefit of those who have not heard, let me share about the eagle. The eagle, as you know, is the queen of the sky. But the eagle on this 40th year has to make a very tough decision. The eagle has lost the sharpness of the wing and has very old wings to fly. She's no more the queen of the skies. And that's a time the eagle goes to the highest point of the rock and sits there. The eagle makes a toughest decision of her life. It works on sharpening his beaks. It slowly removes every feather of his body. Post 7 months, the eagle is ready to fly with all the new wings, and she is the queen of the skies. So, friends, the eagle listened to her inner voice. Are you open to listening to your inner voice? What is an inner voice? An inner voice is the voice of your heart. It's your feeling. It's your instinct. It's your intuition. It's something that you feel all over you and it envelops you. Way back in my hometown, I lived amongst a lot of chaos, a lot of fears. I was a shy introvert and a very scared child. I remember till the 12th standard, I never opened my mouth. Slowly, one day, and I always felt I was a misfit. I was like the square ball, square in the rough, somewhere who didn't fit in anywhere in the life. Very, very awkward and very, very uncomfortable with myself. That's the time I asked, where do I go from here? And I moved slowly to the capital. In the capital, I moved into the glamorous world of the hotel industry. I thoroughly loved every moment. The adulation, the compliments, from being a shy girl in the city where I was small city where I was laughed out for my height. I was called a giraffe and I used to cry. I became proud of the compliments I got. Perspectives changed for me. And then, as I was in the hotel industry, I asked myself, is this where I really want to be? I loved talking to people. I loved interaction more than anything else. I also, by accident, realized I love sales. So there I left this cushy government job. I left the value of comfort to choose to be in a world which was quite uncomfortable for most people. There was all that chaos around me, and my parents said, are you mad? But I felt my path was unique, and this is where I belong. Being in as an entrepreneur gave me a lot of confidence, gave me a lot of applause and recognition. What was my motive there? What is it that inspired me? Some small things can inspire people. And what inspired me was this continuous call from my landlord. How many of you have gone through this fear? When you stay on rent and your landlord calls and says you have to vacate after every 11 months. And that's the time I decided I'll buy my own flat. So that was my goal. And the goal I did achieve. I set up a discipline for myself to work 12 hours, 6.5 days. And sure enough, I found my got my flat. Choosing that calling gave my core a lot of confidence. But somehow something happened there. I had this thing of confronting people to what I felt was right. Confronting was part of me which I did not realize. So one day, in spite of having a very large team, in spite of doing 2/3 of the area of this North India sale, I was asked to leave. And that was a shock for me. I decided to move on. Much later, I will share what opened up for me there. And that's a time I thought, what can I do about it? And I thought of ways that I could act to move on. I set a deadline that within 40 days, I will get a job. And having the job was like a mental magnet for me. I thought all the ways I could create the possibility. And I just focused all my energy on that. 40 days, setting the deadline was creating that mental magnet for me. And sure enough, what opened up for me was the new opportunity of being in the corporate world the Tampa Bay. I got a chance to train a lot of people. And I thought this is amazing. Coming from a small place, I had moved to a bigger platform. This was great fun, great joy. And sure enough, I enjoyed the journey. But somewhere in 2018, there was the inner voice. And this inner voice asked me, Archana, is this what you want to do? Just continue to train. And sometimes when you speak to yourself and hear to the voice, everything around you manifests. I remember in the year 2019, I was sitting across a very, very successful coach. As I was sitting in front of him, I asked him this question. What is it that I should do? How is it that I can move ahead? For me, a coach was a person who's like a fairy, somebody whom I can admire. And there was this one line he said. I said, can I be a coach like you? And he answered, you can be better than me. That one answer changed my life. I remember that, and there I was searching, what is it that I can do? I didn't really need to do it. It matched so well to my spirit that this is really what I wanted.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
we're having a lot of background chaos. If something could be done.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just 1 second. I'll maybe close the air conditioner. Maybe that can help.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. So I have closed that off. Yeah. So is that good enough?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for telling me. Sure. So coming back to my journey. So and the coach told me, you can be better than me. That one line was the line which resonated with me. And there I set myself to go ahead in my life. Sometimes when you're very pulled down in life, being among very positive people can be a big thing. So the positive energy attracts so much more when you are lost. And this is what helped me a lot. Have you ever seen, sometimes also there's another aspect to it besides being among positive people. We are not able to see on our own the treasure that we are seeking. The treasure could be right in front of you. To be a coach was something which was there for me, right in front of me. I had people around. I had just never thought about this. So if you ever look at a dog, what do you think? The dog is a very curious animal. The dog is not afraid. The dog is very, very brave. And the dog knows whatever he wants, he searches it and he's able to find it. So there I was. I moved on towards my journey to be a certified coach. So many people had helped me, supported me, uplifted me in my tough times. And I decided, I love to share this. And this is the best place where I fit in. I could not feel what else could be so better for me. It was running in my every cell in my life. I'll bring you back to the story. What was happened to me when I lost my job? Can we go back to the previous slide? I was always a person who used to confront people. And I did not realize that confronting was part of me. I did not know any other way to live my life. So one day when I sat with my coach and I was sharing about this, how I lost my job, how I lost my promotions. And that's a time a third way opened up. So next time when I faced with the situation, there was a different approach I had, a different perspective. I just paused. That pause helped me. I sought support from people around the person who was confronting. The third thing that I did was have a conversation when I was very calm, in an adult-like manner, not like a victim, with no baggage of what I had in the past. I broke a pattern of mine which I was carrying from 15 years. That's why we say, if you could have done it, you would have done it by now. There's a world of abundance for you. But how do you unbox yourself? Do we really know that? And we can move to the next slide. So coaching did all this for me. So the beautiful journey of coaching is being accountable for yourself. Sometimes you don't realize it when you are in a blame game. It's about unboxing. A coach can help you see the bright side of things. It's different from being a coach, and a mentor can always help you move your journey forward. Unlike counseling, unlike consultancy, where you often go back to the past. It's like, for example, if we ask you, when you're unwell, you go to a doctor. But does not in your everyday life, mentally you have so much within you. Whom will you go to? Why not? Why not step up and have a conversation? Coaching is all about having a positive conversation, whether it's your suppressed anger, which can lead you to maybe an ulcer, or whether it's working on your competencies, whether it's your team delegation. A coach is like a friend, but an unbiased friend, to work along with you in your journey. Somebody whom you can turn to for support. It's a voice there. It's a voice which shows you the larger picture of what you cannot see. I was helped by a coach, and it opened a new realm for me of happiness and joy. And I would love that you could also see that for yourself. this new world of happiness and joy. And can we move to the next slide, please? So it's all about creating an impact. It's all positive, and it's all a journey forward towards creating a difference. And sometimes a small difference is like a ripple in the pond. A ripple in the pond can help you move ahead to a very, very big path. You know, this reminds me of a story of, you can see this picture of the well here. The well, as you see, is very, very deep.
Videos, bell icon.
Yeah, did somebody say anything? Can anybody guess? So what could be the depth of the well? So the well
No
has a,
clue, ma'am.
how much?
No clue, ma'am. Not even a rough guess.
So it's about 100 feet deep is the well. The length and the breadth is about 10 by 10 feet. Do you think, and there are two friends who are standing on the side of the well. As they stand on the side of the well, one friend asks the other, do you think if I give you 5 lakh rupees, will you jump the well? What do you think the answer could be?
No.
Will they jump the well or not jump the well? 5 lakh rupees is the question.
Ma'am, life overpowers, I guess.
Right. So it's, some people will say we'll jump the well. Some people will say we will not be able to jump the well. Some people will say we'll try jumping the well. And for some people, a coach can be a bridge for you to tell you that you can jump the well. It could be anything of that sort. And it really does not matter. Because today, when you've come to this platform, it's possible for you, when you are in the platform of Mentor Mitr, that you can cross your inner hurdles. It could be a physical well, or it could be a mental well. Either way, a coach can support you to cross the well. You know, before I close, sometimes you can find your inner voice, but I like to share something more before I close. How many of you have heard the story of Einstein? What happened to him in school? Einstein, before, when he was in school, one day when he came back from school, he handed his mother a note. On the note was written something that may change his life forever. His mother told him, Einstein, your teacher has sent you a note. And on the note is written, you are so brilliant. You don't need to go to school tomorrow. I will start doing homeschooling. And Einstein no more goes to school. One day, when Einstein's mother dies, he's rumbling through the boxes, and in the attic, he finds this note. On the note is written something beautiful. It's written, your child, something beautiful, something moving, something which shakes Einstein. It's written, your child is a college dropout. And your child is a college dropout. Please don't send him home tomorrow. For Einstein, that note was, you are brilliant. It was beautiful for him till then, but when he reads it, it's a shock for him. But till Einstein didn't find the discovery, his mother's voice was the voice of motivation for him. It helped him to move ahead. Sometimes you find your own voice. Sometimes somebody else supports you to find your voice. And as I say, when you are in this platform of Mentor Mitr, you've already taken your first step to find your voice. And if you cannot find your voice, you can reach out to me. My number is 98111120.